Coming up on Fox 44 News at 9, we spoke with the CEO of ERCOT today about what we can expect as the freezing temperatures continue. And today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We see how Americans remembered the civil rights icon. Also, we'll give you the latest in this election season's Iowa caucuses.
Live from Waco, Temple, and Killeen, your news now. This is Fox 44 News at 9.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on Fox 44. After the Emmys, I'm Earl Sotomayor filling in for Adam and MG. We start off tonight with what's on the majority of Texans' minds. It is freezing outside, myself I think so included. With this being said, we have Chief Meteorologist Mike LaPointe to help us out. Mike, when are we going to catch a break? There's a lot going on outside. Yeah, there's a lot of cold air on top of us right now. There's no snow, no freezing rain, no sleet in the forecast for tonight. Just a lot of cold, and our wind chill advisory continues. That runs through noontime tomorrow. Just about everybody included in that. We're talking our wind chill, or the feels like, dropping between 0 and 5 degrees below. The Brazos Valley under a wind chill warning. Same story. Very, very cold conditions here across the region. Our current wind chill, 8 degrees right now in Waco, 9 in Temple, 13 in Killeen. It feels like 7 in the Gatesville area, and down in the Brazos Valley, College Station has a current wind chill of 8. You know what to do. Stay inside, try to stay warm, keep an eye on the pets, that is for sure. Now, take a look at our forecasted wind chills. We'll start you at midnight. Some places already feeling like below 0. Overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning, a lot of 1s, 2s, and a lot of negative numbers on there as well. As you can see there, plenty of 2-hour delays for the school kids. This is why, because it's way too cold for anybody standing out there at the bus stop or walking to school. We're going to wait a little bit longer with that 2-hour delay. And then throughout the day, temperatures only climbing into the 20s. I'm talking, these are wind chills, but temperatures are going to be just a few degrees warmer than that. And it does look like late Tuesday into Wednesday, another cold night. Not quite as cold as what we're going to see tomorrow morning, but temperatures will be in the single digits and low teens. Again, we'll talk more about the cold weather. Also focus in on the rest of the week coming up in a few more minutes. Earl, back to you. Thanks, Mike. Got to stay warm. In North Texas, temperatures were most in the teens most of the day and topped out in the low 20s. Making plans in advance, ERCOT called for Texans to conserve energy. ERCOT says reserves are expected to be low during peak demand. Some in Collin County are already dealing with localized outages. Sanjia Beauchamp just bought a new house in Princeton, northeast of Dallas. She woke up cold at 2 a.m. Sunday. She says for 6 months she had brief power outages, and on this day of all days, it happened again. She told her sister station in the area that Encore says it was having equipment problems. Now Beauchamp is worried about pipes bursting. Plumbing experts recommend you follow their advice to help keep pipes from freezing. Devontae Westbrook said he knows the impact all too well.
To let your sink drip, because you know those faucets can get very frozen, and we don't want no faucets breaking or popping or open, nothing like that.
ERCOT is feeling good despite the weather being colder than they expected. They say Texans are helping out by conserving power. Our Ryan Chandler spoke with ERCOT, the CEO, today about what we can expect as the freeze continues.
Another winter, another worry on Texans' minds. How is the grid holding up this week? Is it performing as well as you thought it would last week?
The combination of the really good performance on the power supply as well as the responsiveness of the Texans has really helped to keep the grid up and running well during this winter event.
ERCOT CEO Pablo Vegas says Texans are heeding the calls for conservation.
We saw that response show up this morning when we needed it.
This morning during the conservation window, demand was almost 10,000 megawatts lower than ERCOT expected. But tomorrow is the real test, when temperatures get colder and Texans get back to work. The gap in supply and demand is expected to be razor thin by 8 o'clock Tuesday morning. Some cities are warning about the worst case scenario.
Controlled outages that would roll through our city. But again, we do not anticipate that's going to happen.
Do you expect any possibility that that may be necessary this week?
We're not expecting that we're going to have to be in emergency operations or have to get to controlled outages. The mitigation steps that we're taking to prevent that have been very effective so far.
For the future, the state is investing billions into incentives for oil and gas companies to build new power plants, and for wind and solar to better store power for the next freeze.
We've seen the state legislature take up this issue and finding ways to try to incentivize all different types of generation to get developed. And so if we can add to that, then we're really going to be able to get to that place where we know we're going to be able to address whether it's the hottest day or the coldest winter without having as many reliability concerns as we sometimes do today.
Many roads in our area have iced over as we experienced a mix of sleet and freezing rain. TxDOT and all law enforcement agencies are asking people to stay home and off the roads if at all possible. To see current road conditions in your area, visit our website fox34news.com, where you can have a live look. Due to the Arctic blast, several warming centers are now open throughout Central Texas. A warming station will be open in Gatesville at the new Oasis Worship Center. People in Harker Heights can go to the Central Fire Station lobby. In the city's secondary warming center will be at the police station lobby. The Dewey Community Center in Waco will open as a warming center and will provide cots, blankets, meals ready to eat, and bottled water. All of these will be closing Wednesday. For today and tomorrow in Killeen, the city will be opening their Arts and Activities Center to provide an enhanced warming center for those in need. For a full list of warming centers, visit our website at fox34news.com. Right now, 4 people are in a tough situation after their house caught on fire in Hewitt. Fire crews responded to a report of a house fire in the 300 block of Applewood Lane early Saturday morning. On arrival, they found heavy smoke and fire coming from the back of the home. Everyone was able to get out of the house safely as firefighters worked to extinguish the fire. The attic suffered fire damage in addition to smoke and water damage in other parts of the house. The 4 people in that house are now staying with family. The cause of the fire was determined to have started in an exterior wall after some plumbing work was done several hours earlier. Well, today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and while that means many Americans enjoyed the 3rd day of a 3-day weekend, this federal holiday also marks 56 years since the passing of the late civil rights icon on what would have been Dr. King's 95th birthday. Fox's Connor Hansen is in New York with more on how Americans honor Dr. King's legacy.
Happy Daddy King Day, everybody.
Communities across the country commemorated Martin Luther King Jr. on Monday, paying homage to the late civil rights leader and his legacy.
We honor Dr. King today on this national holiday, but let us carry his dream with us every day. We shall overcome.
In the nation's capital, just over a mile away from the Lincoln Memorial, where Dr. King delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech more than 6 decades ago.
Yes, black men as well as white men would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
A wreath-laying ceremony was held in the snow.
We will think about how our lives are different because he lived.
This memorial, dedicated to Dr. King, opened to the public 13 years ago.
May such a worldview broaden our capacity.
In Philadelphia, the president spent the day volunteering at a hunger relief organization. It's the only federal holiday designated as a national day of service. While in South Carolina, his vice president, Kamala Harris, warned Americans their freedoms are under threat.
We are witnessing a full-on attack on hard-fought, hard-won freedoms.
In Iowa, where the caucuses kick off tonight, the state's Republican chairman said having the event on this federal holiday is considered among Republicans to be a legacy to Martin Luther King. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Today also marks 15 years since the miracle on the Hudson. That's the day when U.S. Airways captain Chelsea Sully Sullenberger successfully landed a passenger plane on the Hudson River in New York City. U.S. Airway Flight 1549 left LaGuardia Airport for Charlotte on January 15, 2009, when a bird strike took out the plane's engine, forcing an emergency landing into the Hudson River. All 155 passengers and crew survived and were safely brought to the shore. Well, Donald Trump is the winner of the night in Iowa as caucus voting results roll in. Meanwhile, the battle for second place is tight between Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. Fox's Rebecca Castor has more from Des Moines.
The results in Iowa are in, and Donald Trump has won the state's caucus. It's no surprise since the former president has been leading in all the polls. His margin of victory wide as votes started rolling in.
We have better poll numbers now than we've ever had.
Iowa caucus goers battled bone-chilling temperatures and intense wind gusts to cast the first votes of 2024.
I'll walk if I have to.
All day long, Republican White House hopefuls made last-minute stops to try and drum up turnout, even visiting caucus sites moments before votes were cast. The effort paying off for Trump, and the battle for second place fierce between Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis.
I'm somebody that for my entire life, I put service above self. As a leader, I'm going to put your interests ahead of my personal interests.
My goal when I am president is to always tell you the hard truths, always give you all of the information I have so that you can make the best decisions for you and your family.
The GOP caucuses in Iowa are only open to registered Republicans. However, on caucus day, Iowans can still register or change their party affiliation to vote. But if a candidate wants to challenge the results, think again.
What I do have control over is the process. It will be impossible for a candidate to question a process as transparent as us.
Next week, the voting moves to New Hampshire, where Nikki Haley is closing the gap on Trump. In Des Moines, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Coming up, we hear from U.S. Representative Michael McCaul about his stance on the impeachment of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. And we give you an update on Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin's health after being hospitalized for prostate cancer.
This is Fox 44 News at 9 with Adam Hooper, MG Montemayor, AMS certified chief meteorologist Mike LaPointe, and sports with Eric Kelly.